Find the quadratic equation in standard form that has the solutions 3 and negative 2 with a leading coefficient of 1. Whew, that sounds complicated. So let's see what's going on there. First of all, quadratic tells me there's an x squared in my final answer, all right? We've been doing quadratics on our specialized segments forever, it seems like, okay? This Friday, we're going to have one more time with quadratics, then we're going to move on to some other topics, all right? But today, it's all about the quadratic in standard form. That means ax squared plus bx plus c, all right? That has the solutions. Now that's we got to talk about what happens when we do get solutions of 3 and negative 2 and a leading coefficient of 1. That simply means our a times the a times x squared. Our a is going to be a 1 there, all right? So it's going to be x squared plus something x minus whatever. We're going to work it out, all right? We're going to figure out where this thing's going to go. So we're starting off with x is equal to 3 and x equals negative 2. Now normally that's normally the last step we get to, all right? But in this case, we're going to work backwards today. We're going to get back to the quadratic, all right? So this is our starter point, all right? And this basically is happening when our y value is 0. That's how we get solutions to our quadratic equation. In other words, where the x-intercepts. When y is 0, x will take on the value of 3 and negative 2. That's what we're after, all right? So here's how we're going to go after this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this become something equal to 0, because remember what we said, our y is going to eventually become equal to 0, so we've got to get two factors. We get two factors, so we're going to work it backwards here. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides here. That's going to leave me with x minus 3 equaling to 0. That starts us off, okay? This side, we're going to add 2 to both sides, and now we're going to have x plus 2 equals to 0. You say, well, whoa, Ernie, what's going on with that? Well, that becomes like a factor. If you remember when we factor out and then we set equal, all right? So what we want to do, we want to multiply these two values to get 0, all right? That's the idea. Either this equals 0 or that equals 0. They both can equal 0, but we're going to look for one answer that's going to make them happen. Actually, they both can't equal 0 because they're not the same factor, all right? But we can certainly get, we already know it's going to be a 3, and we're going to have a negative 2 when the smoke clears, all right? So what we need to do, we need to take our x minus 3, and we're going to multiply it by this x plus 2. Now it equals 0. Because remember what I said? 0 times anything, or this 0 times anything, is going to give us 0. So that's the idea. Here we have the two factors, and we're heading toward our quadratic equation. Now I said we're going to get in standard form. That means we want to see x squared leading out. We don't have an x squared in this pocket yet, do we? Anybody see that? So let's go first, outer, inner, last. We're going to reverse. We're going to do a FOIL on this. How about it? X times x. I see x squared popping up there. All right. And let's go outer. That's going to give us 2x. Let's go to the inner. How about it? Minus 3x. And do the last, do the last, do the last, do the last. It's going to give us minus 6. So here we go. Here we go. We've got our situation. All we got to do is put like terms together. Right there they are. Right there they are. How about that, folks? That's not so bad, is it? We've got x squared. Goodness, how about it? Minus x minus 6 equaling 0. There is your equation. Standard form. Notice I said the leading coefficient has to be 1. There it is. There's a 1 in front of the x squared. We just don't see it. If I want to say 2, that means I would double everything here, all right? If I wanted 3, I would triple, and so forth, all right? But the way it's written and the way it's set up here, this x stands alone. Right there it is, okay? Happy, happy x, all right? Minus x and minus 6.
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.